Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is No Bullshit Gaming Podcast 2.5 Gamers session number 52. I'm sharing actionable insights, dropping knowledge for our day-to-day user acquisition, game design, and Admonetisation jobs. We're definitely not discussing the latest news, but we are having so much fun. Let's not forget, this is still a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously. Today we have Felix, Ads are beautiful, brother. Jakub, industry skeptic, I guess, Remiar, and Matej, zero fucks given approach Lanjaric.
You mean the UA flamboyant manager?
Oh my god, flamboyant, dude. I didn't even know like what the fuck that word even means. So I actually had to look it up. So it's
you think it's an insult? I think it's a compliment. It's a great thing.
I'm not sure. It's something in the middle. So it's like the high self-esteem.
For those
else.
people listening in and not watching, Matej is sitting with a pink cap while saying, "Oh, I'm not flamboyant."
Of course, well, it's like it's a TikTok swag. So why not? Come on, it's great. Okay. So we came back from Barcelona. Well, at least I came back Friday from Games Forum conference. It was an amazing conference, man.
Told you. I've been telling you guys for years.
Years? What do you mean years? The conference is going for 3 years and 2 years.
I've been telling you for two.
COVID.
I've been telling you for two.
2 years almost for COVID, so it doesn't count that much. But yes, you're right. So I had the panel discussion. You had the panel discussion as well. But Jakub was there just a fucking tourist.
No.
You didn't do anything.
The tourist part was great. There are a lot of anime shops. I have to give it to Barcelona.
Oh, yeah, true.
So much.
But yeah, so we had also live session after day one. What Felix intro was about this flamboyant whatever.
UA managers are flamboyant, which they are.
Yeah, maybe. But I think it was a really nice experience. We did it for the second time. First was in Helsinki. I was really hangover. Felix as well.
It was silent disco before.
Okay, so for everybody who doesn't know what silent disco is, so you have actually a headset. And there's a lot of noise around you, and you have grouped rooms. So you have next to each other stages and
all in one big hallway. That's why we had the headset.
Yeah.
Yep.
Silent disco. It's actually great name for it. And people described the session afterwards as very entertaining and informative. So I guess entertaining was on Felix' part. That was great. I was laughing my ass off, man. So yeah, it's great. But nobody said that it was no bullshit insights, which I was a little bit disappointed. But I was also disappointed because I couldn't get any margarita during the day in the fucking hotel, and even after the party. So there was this bartender who was really annoyed by me asking for margaritas, and his answer was like, "Oh, what are you, American or something?" Oh my god! So it was
whatever that means.
Yeah, I was like, come on, why?
Who doesn't like margaritas?
Exactly.
Me.
Exactly. Well, you don't drink alcohol, so that's why, I guess.
Yeah.
But so we are gonna be in, I guess, 3 weeks in Istanbul for Deconstructor Fun and Google event. So if you wanna meet us there, yeah, let us know. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And today we're going to talk about Admonetisation, and it's going to be Felix special episode.
Yes.
And if we have time, I might be talking about the Dumb Ways to Die article that I posted, or how to choose actually MMP, because that's something that people ask me quite a lot. But maybe not. Well, I will, give you all the space you need, Felix.
Easy there, flamboyant boy.
Jesus Christ, this is gonna be following me forever.
Yeah.
If you've built a mobile game for iOS or Android, you've experienced user churn. You can win those users back, but it's getting more and more expensive, even more so to acquire totally new users. Enter cross-promotion with Adikteev. By identifying your users likely to churn early, you can showcase another game in your portfolio before they leave forever, transforming a lost user into a new user, increasing your revenues. Learn more now at Adikteev.com.
Oy. Wait, let me do that again.
It's perfect, man.
Yeah.
You should start with oi, 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 oi,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time. All the fucking time.
Oi, 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 oi. It's time for some Admon gossip and Admon updates since it's been a while. As I've mentioned many times, one of the things that annoys me the most about Admonetisation is that there's so many like small caveats that you need to know to do this job effectively. Like in order to extract the most amount of ad revenue from your games. Like for example, you need to know that with Unity, if you have too many placements on the Unity dashboard, you get latency on their server side because basically they get latency on their side too, which means less revenue. You need to know
be
that
careful with the be careful with the latency. The latency got you in a lot of trouble last time.
Yeah, they do recommend you to remove placement on their dashboard though. So this is from them, you know.
Yeah, well, just be careful.
Yeah, always. Yeah, always scared. Jesus, publishing a blog now as well. I was scared, getting in trouble. Anyway. We'll get to that later. You need to know that Emobi placements perform better on banners compared to their bidder. The Admob bidding algorithm is based on force-filling impressions for the first 3 days to drive learnings, which gives you a revenue spike. So these are just a couple of like examples of things that you really like, just, you know, that can really give your ad stack an edge. But no one tells you these things. So you need to like
Felix.
Yeah, I know me right now, right? So you need to like learn, you need to talk to reps to find out. And I don't know about you two, but that sounds like a lot of bullshit to me. And we don't like bullshit, do we?
No, we don't. Of course we don't.
Anyway, so my hope with this podcast was always to like shine a bit on a light on how things work.
Where's my popcorn? What the fuck? Like this is like a show. It's
What?
amazing. We practiced this before in front of the mirror.
No. Jeez, I'm on a rant, like, you know.
Okay.
Admonetisation for the people.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
For sure. Okay, so I don't... sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. So my hope with this podcast was always to, like, shine a light on how things work, to give everyone kind of the same edge as having, like, a good Admonetisation, like, person working for you does. So, with that little preamble, I'm proud to introduce a new segment on the podcast. This segment is called the Admon Gossip Corner. And in this little segment, which I'm planning to do once a month or every maybe a bit longer, when you guys let me, it's my aim to take you where no other podcast goes. Inside into the smoky back rooms of Admonetizations, so that you also can learn the little facts that can give you an edge in maximizing your ad revenue. And like I said before, Admonetisation for the people. Can I get a hallelujah for my favorite flamboyant UA manager?
Of course you can. It needs to be entertaining.
What happened with Felix? We got the Robin Hood instead.
Yeah.
Can I get a hallelujah from our resident optimistic game designer?
Or the second best UA manager on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I almost launched a UA campaign a couple of weeks ago. I didn't.
Oh yeah. You should. Everybody should. So at least you know like how easy it is.
To spend money down the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's the easy part. You know, the hard part is what happens afterwards.
I'm glad you're finally admitting when I called you flamboyant that it's not that hard. So you know,
of course it's easy. UA is easy. It's fine. Everybody's talking about how UA is dead. Of course, everything is dead. UA is dead. Free to play is dead. Just move on to AAA.
Game design is not dead.
Of course. Well, game design is not dead.
Yeah, you'll be alive when me and Matej are both automated.
Yeah. That was the first thing he said. Like, oh well, you're going to go away with Admon. Then AI is gonna come for you and UA as well, but not game design. No.
Yeah, I know he's immune.
Jesus, you're going first.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
To start off the first installment of this brand new Admon Gossip Corner, this week I want to talk about 3 things.
I might give you some like jingle to the background.
Yeah,
just talking about this, man.
Can it be like a ka-ching? Because you know, like every view you get, you get a little impression revenue.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, surprise me.
Okay. Well. Yeah.
All right. So first, I want to talk about a massive
Can you drop the
bug.
dramatic voice, please? It was
First.
great for the intro, but now it's annoying.
Yeah. So basically, I want to talk about. Okay, fine. So I want to talk about this massive Unity bug that messed everything up on Monday the 13th. And then I want to talk about some nice insights about Amazon Publisher Services, and then also some stuff about Admob. But starting with Unity, and man, they made a massive screw up this week. So like Unity, like they had such an expensive Monday, to say the least. So Monday the 13th, like I'm quietly sitting minding my own Admon business, and at like 4 o'clock Central European times, like Unity revenue like just shoots through the roof, like on all the apps that I manage, and not like by a little, but by a lot. For example, if you're earning maybe like $450 an hour from Unity, it more than 10x. Like so.
Wait. So maybe just explain the problem, and then like I'm gonna ask.
Yeah. So the problem was that the revenue, like basically, it was increasing like crazy on the top like placements, like the Unity. So there was a massive bug that caused Unity high placements to grab all the high impressions on Unity high calls. And of course, this means like no other impressions were being served below. And also it was over reporting the earnings from ad like revenue like by like 10x. So you're like you could log in and you're seeing like, oh, I logged in and saw, like Unity paid, like I earned 40K with Unity yesterday. But then if you went into the Unity dashboard, like there was nothing there, right? So there wasn't real revenue. So the issue went on for about like 3-4 hours, and you had to scramble to switch Unity off like on all formats. And like the issue is you could only have spotted this issue after about 90 minutes or 2 hours, since like reporting in ad monetization is structured like that. Yeah. So everyone who has Unity in their ad stack, which is pretty much everyone that has ads, was affected by this. So like,
do I get that right, that no actual additional money was given out by Unity? It was just a visual bug.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, popping champagne and everything, and then they realized it's
no,
shit.
it's not popping champagne. You're like, because our best UA manager on the podcast will tell you that if you're running any ad ROAS campaigns, and if instead of if let's say if your ad revenue in one game is like 10K a day, and if that shows is 50K that day, what does happen on the UA front? What happens then?
Fucks up everything, basically.
Yeah.
But okay, but in terms of the monetization side, so did you lose the money, or the money didn't actually
so
exist
the reporting
in the
the reporting is still so screwed up. Like this issue is still not solved. Like so there's still a major discrepancy in the Unity dashboard right now. It's giving you like an error, and it says like massive like outage, and basically it's telling you that you should like that basically the reporting is going to be off for a couple of days.
But why did you had to like switch off the Unity on all formats? Like
because Unity emailed us to tell us to do it.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh, okay. And if you didn't do it, then what happened? I mean,
basically you're just going to over report. So basically you think you're earning, but like basically when something is this screwed up, right, you don't know if it's grabbing the impressions or if it's not. And since it was only the top placements that was causing the issue, what could happen is if they're grabbing the impressions, basically you don't allow any other networks below to even bid on the impressions, right? So what happens then is they're not being served, and if then Unity's not paying you for those impressions, like it's just a mess. So this is going to take
losing money.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. So like that was going to be my top tip to anyone listening to this, because
don't lose money.
Yeah, like like if you lost money because of this, like this Unity owes you some money because they screwed up. This was a mistake.
Ooh.
This was a bug.
How can you actually get the money
prove
from
it?
Unity? Yeah, and prove
You
it.
can easily prove this, like with the reporting. But like some people were affected more than others. But like
if the reporting is screwed, how can you prove it?
Yeah.
But they'll fix it. But you also have it like. But also you can also prove it. Like Matej, for example, like if you double spend or overspend on your like TROAS campaigns, like what happens then? Like that screws up everything, right? Yeah.
Sure, but then if I put unlimited budget as I did for Unity campaign once, and they spent 30K in one day instead of $300 that I planned to, it was my fault. It was my mistake because I put unlimited budget and I just kept the bid for like $3, and that was
fat finger problem.
And the thing is, like on, for example, on Google, what happens multiple times is that the Google overspent like twice on the day of launch of the campaign, and then it kind of like decreases the spend and then evens out on the like day like 30 days average. But what happened once to me was like Google overspent like 6 times the budget, and then I reported this, and obviously you have the, let's say, campaign budget 500, and if you spend 3k, then it's not your fault, but it's the algorithm fault. And then they actually gave the money back to me. Oh, it wasn't Google, it was actually Unity otherwise.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah. So you can prove it like this, but if you don't have the the campaign budget or like revenue, whatever, somewhere written, then how can you prove it? And the reporting is fucked as well.
Yeah, but you can like basically they'll sort out this reporting. Like they had a similar issue, I think, a couple of years ago, and basically it took a couple of weeks to sort out. And we got paid I got paid a little bit then in the company I was working in. I think it was like 10 or 12k we got paid out. But like some of the apps that I've been managing, I'm seeing way bigger damages right now.
Yeah.
And that's, like a small microcosm of the whole ecosystem. And you think about like some big publishers like a Voodoo or Triple Dot, like, if they saw the similar, because literally every app that I manage, I've seen this error, right? Some have smaller magnitude and some have bigger magnitude, but like everyone was affected. So like, yeah, expensive Monday.
But then what's the usual percentage of revenue you are getting from Unity versus the other networks? So let's say you're getting 60% from Facebook or Google, and then 10%.
They're not as strong as they used to be a couple of years ago. Like, the Unity's glory days was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, right? That was their glory times. And then kind of steadily they've been kind of decreasing their market share. Would you agree with that on the UA side as well?
On the US side, not that much. I would say on the US side, it's quite opposite. So it was, at least for me, from my experience, it was really shitty baking days. Now it's getting way better.
Back in the day, back in the days is that like
2018,
okay,
2019,
okay,
and then 2021, it was actually one of the best channels I had in my UA mix.
Okay, yeah.
2018 is back in the days. That's 5 years ago.
That's back in the days. I'm in the industry for 10 years. What do you mean? That's all. It's like 5 years in UA. What the fuck? Like that's a long time.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is obviously an ongoing situation, but it's going to take a couple of days for Unity to clear this up. But I'll update everyone on kind of all my conversations with them because I've filed a couple of complaints, compensation claims already. So let's see. So
just be careful so they don't file anything else.
Oh yeah,
but this isn't that serious, is it? Like at least
we'll see, right? Like
I don't
like
see
the reporting is still so screwed up. So I don't know. Like I'll know next week. But this was a major thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, moving on to brighter topics. So I've said, like, how many times have I said like the hottest thing on this podcast in terms of ad monetization is Google bidding? Like, how many times have I said that right now?
2,534.
Exactly.
Counted.
Right. So now I want to talk about the second hottest thing.
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah. Okay.
So basically, I just want to talk about Amazon Publisher Services because I'm happy to announce that I've actually finally made contact with an actual person at Amazon Publisher Services who's responsible for the supply side.
So the people actually exist. Nice.
Yeah, like I can't believe it. Like there's actually someone there on the other side. It's not AI and it's not Bezos.
Yeah, be careful. It's just you don't spook him or her.
Yeah, I don't want to scare him away, right?
Yeah.
So I had a call with this human or AI or Bezos. And he gave me a ton of super useful insights that I just wanted to share because, I don't know that many people have spoken to these human Bezos or AI.
All right.
So Amazon Publisher Services bidding algorithm works by matching users with their Amazon IDs. So nothing new there, right? You can kind of assume that, right? But that means that they tell us that Amazon basically has a list of onboarding prospects. So they only onboard, like they prioritize onboarding developers that have a large overlap with apps and games that they've seen a large overlap of their customer. So right now, that means in gaming, basically what's being prioritized is kind of the evergreen titles that basically older generation play. And basically think board game titles, chess, kind of that type of thing. So if you're not one of these type of evergreen titles, like good luck getting accepted right now. Like they won't be accepting you for like a partnership for the next couple of quarters.
Yeah.
So basically
because of the target audience, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
like basically what they said, like what I see from them saying that, and this is my perception, right? It's like we're targeting only apps that have users with high purchasing power that buy stuff on e-commerce, right?
It's also the, let's say, users of Amazon devices as well. When I ran the UA on Amazon, it was like 40 plus female in US, basically, which was like the best target audience and the best segment.
Are you doing UA on APS now?
Not at the moment. I could actually, yeah.
You need to try it, man. This is the new hot thing, man. Yeah,
I
you need
should
to get in there.
try to contact my old friends in Amazon. I'm not sure if they're still there.
Wait, you telling me now you have friends at Amazon?
Well, you never asked. I need to check if they're still there. Yeah, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Anytime.
Also, kind of the secret ingredient, like I've said many times, getting good performance in APS is basically doing these direct TAM deals, which is like direct deals with
the question, like the main question is, did you ask this person what TAM actually means?
Yeah, he told me, but I didn't remember. Anyway, TAM, which the acronym, not what the acronym stands for, but what it essentially means is that you reach out to DSPs, you do a direct IO deal with them, and then you invoice them for your like monthly earnings. But this means also that Amazon drops their margins from, I think he said 15 or 18%, something like that, down to basically just a couple of cents fixed cost. So basically that massively reduces basically the cost for DSPs to bid on your inventory. So like when I've done this, this really gives those DSPs a nice bump on your inventory. And now I have a list of the top DSPs that I'm now going to share in terms of TAM partners for banners.
Oh, well, wasn't it, by the way, Jeff's like main motto? Like, your margin is my opportunity?
Of course.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, this really helps bolster like APS and makes it a lot better product in terms of ad monetization. So, maybe I was speaking to Bezos. I couldn't possibly comment. I couldn't possibly comment, right?
I hope you signed an NDA and now you're fucked again.
Did you just not hear that you couldn't possibly comment?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I can't go to the smoky back rooms if I have an NDA, Matej.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So anyway, top DSPs, Xander, Sharethrough, OpenX, LoopMe, Mobile Fuse, Somato, of course, Rubicon, and Index Exchange, and finally, Immobi and Pubmatic. So those are ones to keep an eye out for. Basically, what I would recommend here if you're starting with them is, run for maybe 4 weeks without doing any deals. See which one of these like DSPs is actually bidding the most in terms of your inventory. You have to log in to APS's dashboard, which is a bit archaic to say the least and a bit annoying to use, but you can figure it out, and then you can figure out which are your top DSPs on the monetization side, and then basically pick 3 max to start with, and then just reach out to them, do an IO deal. It's quite quickly, and then basically the DSPs have to handle everything, and then you're off to the races.
What's the difference between all of these DSPs? Seriously, like why would you need to have all of these?
They all have big different demand sources, like different people buying UA, but like DSPs, having worked at DSPs, like I've worked at 2 DSPs, like the amount of demand you're getting is so different from the DSPs, and it's just like a mishmash. Some are resellers, some are doing it. It's just like, if you were to like map this out with a string, like it would be a mess.
Okay, so what's the difference? Different sources.
Yeah, different sources and different, the names are different.
Different traffic works for different products, yeah?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a gacha.
Yeah, exactly, Remo. It's exactly like a gacha.
It's gacha. It's,
Never know what you get. It can cost a fortune, but it's worth shit.
I'm pretty sure that this LoopMe DSP has very good vectors and systems.
Design vectors. It's 3.86% better. Exactly.
Decimals. So we have everything. Flamboyant decimals in fucking game design. Amazing. Vector.
I could already tell, like, with all this Admon content, speaking now for, 15 minutes, like, Remo's just like, this sucks. I hate putting ads in my games, and I don't want it there. And I hate you, and why are you on the pod? Go away. This is what makes us the half, I guess.
It's great. People think Jakub doesn't even exist, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. Harry Potter invisible cloak. Woof. I'm out.
Yeah, well, the fact like at least you dropped the glasses. I dropped the glasses today as well, just because why
So,
not?
anyway, also the best insight from this conversation that I think I learned was that Amazon Publisher Services does not currently support the creative end cards, not the ones that you add, Matej, but the ones that are superimposed by ad networks, like for the end of the creative, on videos.
Okay.
So I went on to the impact of these end cards on the CTR and install IR metrics, like quite a lot in episode 33. And also known as the Matej in Australia episode.
All right, yeah.
Anyway, to summarize that episode, these creative end cards are superimposed by ad networks, and they have massive impact on how to drive installs and click-through rates. We can just link the episode link in the show notes, and you can watch it on your own time.
Yeah, I will actually put it video card on YouTube, so you don't need to link it in the show notes.
Are we still talking about positioning of the X button that pretty much forces you to click on the ad?
Yes.
So let's say it like it is.
The superimposed end card. Yeah.
Superimposed. That's the altered gameplay from the live episode. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking hell. No bullshit, man.
Yeah, it's really annoying. But so I had
it works, right?
Yeah, that's what I want to say. I had this panel discussion at PGC with Matej as well. And the guy said also that these end cards work really well in terms of the conversion, and as you said, also if you longer the end card is, the better the conversion. On the other hand, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah,
of course, because you want to get
retention.
out of the ad, so you're clicking everywhere. So eventually, you click on the ad.
I actually have a question, Matej. Kind of what I've heard, and I've never run a UA campaign, right? But
you just said you just almost started.
Almost.
Okay, almost.
Yeah, almost.
Okay.
So basically, the networks I hear that have the highest CTR is ironSource and AppLovin. What is the impact of having a high CTR? Does that impact install rates, or what's the impact? Because these guys have the most, in terms of Admonetisation, the most aggressive end cards, I would say.
I would say it impacts the install rate afterwards on these specific networks, on Facebook, Google, or TikTok, or any. Yeah, I think these three doesn't matter that much. You have different optimizations on the campaign side, and those have very different CTRs. So that's why I always say I don't give a fuck about CTRs that much, but also in this context and the ad networks, you actually need to pay attention to the CTRs.
Explain that. It's what's on ironSource, AppLovin, and all these different Google, Facebook. What's the range of CTR, just so I get an idea?
On ironSource and AppLovin, I don't have the benchmark, so I have no idea. Honestly, it's been a while since I run AppLovin. Oh, well, I can check. So I will put the benchmarks for AppLovin into the show notes. I can't tell you what it looks like on Facebook and TikTok as well, and maybe Google. So on these channels, it's usually for mobile app install optimization. Anything above of 1% is actual 1.5% is actually good. Different genres have very different CTRs as well. So, for example, hyper casual 1% would be shit. You would need to aim for 5-10% CTR, which results in very good performance. Mm-hmm. For purchase optimized campaigns, the benchmark is somewhere for CTR is somewhere between 0.5 and 1%. That's good or very decent. And for value optimization is anywhere between 0.2 to 0.5. So percent. Again, this means almost nothing. It's just different optimization, different players, and different target audiences and different genres. So it's this is just an average. But that's why I don't care about the CTRs that much, because it's super low number. But there you go. I will look into the AppLovin ironSource actually.
Yeah, and remember they changed those end cards 2 years ago. So
I need to check that as well. But it's a really really interesting thing that I after the PGC conference I actually started experimenting with end cards on Unity and AppLovin as well on Unity, and it makes a very big difference. Obviously, it makes sense because on Unity and ad networks you need to watch the full 30-second video, or full whatever second video on Facebook, Google, or anywhere else. It's just very brief moment, and then you can actually exit. If it's not in audience network, then you need to watch it. But there is no there is no end card on audience network on Facebook. So what I wanted to say is that I started experimenting with that and end card. It makes a lot of difference. And then like right now I have, let's say, one video with 4 different end cards, and I see very big differences in terms of CPIs and even purchases afterwards.
The more intrusive it is better, yeah?
So for me, I
So
just
grumpy when you ask
changed
that.
I just changed the visuals.
Change visuals, really?
For me, on my side, it's only changing the visuals.
So Matej doesn't put these end cards in, Remo. It's the ad networks.
Yeah, that's the ad networks. So they are controlling the
Yeah.
how intrusive it is,
Okay.
basically.
Anyway, we got a bit off tangent, but I thought it was a good tangent.
No, come on. It's great.
It was a great tangent.
My
Yeah,
second UA manager asked a very good question. Second best UA manager.
Anyway, the fact that APS does not yet support like these end cards that we're just talking about means that the performance we're seeing is like, which is still absolutely amazing, at least from an Admon perspective, would probably get a massive boost as soon as Amazon rolls out these more intrusive end cards on their like inventory, which they will.
Do you think? I mean, it's just
he said on the call they're working on it, so yeah, they're definitely going to do it.
Oh, okay.
But like the thing is, like it can be on a spectrum, right? So like how Admob, like the end cards on the ads you see from Admob, they're not as annoying as maybe an Iron Source end card, that is like the 4 clicks and the tiny X. And like if you think about it on a spectrum, like I'm wondering if they're going to go Google or going to go like ad network, right? So probably somewhere in the middle. I have no idea. We'll have to see.
I think a network more likely than Google, or actually a hybrid. Bam, there you go.
Yeah,
best from both worlds.
But that means like they're gonna grow, and basically like it's not priced in yet, like exactly how good their performance is. This also like when this gets rolled out, the second order of magnitude impact will be that like the list of top TAM DSPs will change like quite aggressively, I think, because like Liftoff, like we've all seen Liftoff ads, and like they rely super heavily on these really aggressive end cards. So yeah, like watch them to grow even more.
We also Liftoff ads. I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
Do you guys never watch ads in games? Like
I do, but I'm
we
not
watch them.
Don't you know what different like I can tell usually by the first second like which company's serving that ad. Like
Really?
Yeah,
I just need to
100%.
click
We should
on
do an episode on that.
Yeah,
I can definitely do that. It's super.
Oh yeah, it's really interesting because I usually click on the I button and then see if it's Google, Iron Source, Unity, or Facebook even. But
man, that's so sad. Like I can literally like usually tell like quite quickly who's serving the ad
Really?
just by
I'm
not
just,
even
like,
clicking on it. Yeah.
I'm interested just in the gameplay. That's usually fake, but like at least I kind of want to dissect the fakeness of it.
It's a gameplay, fake gameplay usually. No, this is interesting. I really want to know like how you actually spot these differences.
Yeah,
So
I can I can prepare something and show,
No,
but
yeah,
it's like little
now we
tiny
need
things.
to.
Yeah,
No,
now I
we're not
have
gonna
to.
prepare anything. We're gonna just try you, man. No bullshit. We'll see how accurate you will be.
Yes!
That's
Yes!
even better, man. That's
Oh
even better.
man, let's do that. Oh man, yes, 100%. Let's do that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Alright.
prepare anything. You guys do the preparation.
Yeah. It's even better for you.
Yeah.
And then if you fail, we need to think what you're going to do. And if you win, of course, it's the same thing.
If I lose, I have to wear that ridiculous hat you're wearing for a week.
Oh, ridiculous hat! Come on, you ask TikTok to send you one.
Yeah, and if
Amazing.
we lose, we have to wear the kimonos for a month.
No,
The kimonos are nice. Anyway,
The kimonos are nice.
okay. Now to the main event of the Admon Gossip Corner, and this is actually fantastic news.
Why are they fantastic news? Why do you put like the corner? Everybody's talking about corners here and there, crypto corner, whatever corner. Just
Because
think
I'm
about
always
something else.
ganged up by you two, so I'm on like in the corner.
Oh yeah, okay, okay,
Wow, I
Okay,
danced
okay.
myself out of that one.
nice. Yeah. All right.
So, rumor has it that Admob is finally dropping its multi-call limit policy on third-party mediation. So this is crazy news from my neck of the woods. So basically a little bit of background on this. For years, Admob has had the stance that if you don't mediate with Admob, you can only use 3 Admob placements per waterfall. This essentially meant that you were limited to like the amount of money you could earn from Admob, because you could only expose it to 3 like different price points in your waterfall. Why would you ask? Would Google do this? I asked an
I would
Admob.
never
Force you under mediation.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
Easy. Okay, we can move on. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really funny. Like I asked a Google rep from a couple of years ago, and he put it so eloquently, and he's looked at me and he's just like, yeah. But if you move to Admob mediation, you're allowed as many calls as you want. I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah,
sure.
Anyway, so like, what happened if you didn't like play by these rules in Admonetization? Well, the Admob team flagged you, and they would throttle your inventory by 80%. And let me tell you, like being throttled by the biggest ad network in mobile, like that will hurt your revenues and like by a lot. And to be unblocked, you kind of just have to change the placements back to 3 and just sit and basically wait until the policy team got around to unblocking you. I got throttled in 2021 and it sucked. The UA team was pissed. Leadership was pissed. I was pissed. My Admob rep was annoyed from hearing from me like you couldn't do anything because it's done by the policy team. So everyone just got pissed.
How can you actually get unblocked? Because it's really hard, I guess.
Yeah.
So you just sit and wait until you
yeah,
get...
that's all you could do, man, because like the policy team is like, you're not allowed to speak to the policy team in Google. So the rep can't speak to the policy team. So basically you have to go like back channels, like, and like how we did it then, like some guy, the CRO of that company knew a guy who was like really high up in Google. And then, could little pressure.
Pull all the strings pretty much.
Yeah, but still, it took 3 weeks. So like, I don't even know if the strings worked. But anyway, so why remove this annoying rule right now? I don't know, like recession fears. Admob is rolling out their bidder on Max and Iron Source.
Microsoft
So I think there's
AI.
Yeah, honestly, that was actually to me one of my speculations, because they want to grab more revenue, right? And after their AI showcase, maybe they need it. I don't know.
Well, why? What was the Google AI revelation a flop? Maybe.
But it's actually, the competition there. That's the thing with the AI.
Anyway, like the main winners from this is now like will be like publishers in Google. So basically, finally, us publishers, we can expose our whole waterfall to Admob demand before their bidding rolls in. And right now, like I've said, they've been having a list. But now that list becomes a bit less valuable. Bidding is still good, but I don't know what that uplift is going to be. If you have 30 Admob calls in your waterfall compared to 3, I don't know what the uplift is compared with like placements and bidding. So I'm going to be testing that out very soon with one of my clients. So I'll actually be able to tell you. But basically, Admob will also earn a lot more revenue because they will get to bid on more inventory and they have more demand, right? So they also take a 30% cut on every ad they show in games, right?
30%.
Yeah.
And ad network is what, like 20% or 30%?
30. Everyone takes 30. But the thing
Really?
in Admonetisation, no one knows how much they take, right? And I've worked in an ad network, and
Yeah, you told us like you never know.
never know.
How would you structure this A/B test then?
So basically, like you still need to get whitelisted on Google Bidding, right? And Google Bidding, when you roll out Google Bidding, it needs to be done over 14 days, and they're very structured with how to do this. So basically, how you first roll it out is you put it on 5% of your inventory. You let it run for 5 days. You look at the results. If they're positive, then basically you roll it out to 40%. And then you keep it there for 10 days. They structure you. And then basically, if it looks good, you promote to the whole app. And if it looks bad, you just turn it off and try again in a couple of weeks. But you can see like they make improvements like on the fly by just rolling out stuff and changes. So yeah.
Look at Remo, how happy
Do
he
I
is.
remember
bored.
correctly that in order to get this, you need to get on one of those elite whitelists? The bidding thing.
Yeah.
But not anymore, right? They're rolling it out for everybody.
Not yet. There's still like a stage rollout. You still need to get on the list. But now with the fact that but the fact that placements you can use now as many as you want means that the bidding.
So like you can use the placements right now. Like everybody can use the placements right now.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're on the list.
Yeah.
What?
No, you don't need to be on the list for placements, Remo.
Oh, for placements, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
But
placements
for
are
bidding.
fine.
For bidding,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No, well, it's fine. Come on, is it already all rolled out, or is it coming in the?
Yeah, so like Google hasn't said
few-
anything like
okay, so
officially, but I'm hearing from
What the fuck?
sources, and there's a blog post that I posted just now, and like half an hour ago, going into a bit this in more detail. But the big question mark here is around Google Ad Manager resellers. So because of this 3 placement rule and limited exposure of Google inventory and like third-party mediations, basically there's been this like subgenre of resellers that have grown in the ad monetization space and industry that basically you could add to your ad monetization stack that was actually Google inventory, but from another part of the company that was not Admob. So it's like, think of these 2 big parts of Google, and then basically one is also sneaking in and they're not supposed to. But anyway, so the big question mark is now what happens with Google Ad Manager resellers, because like now it's a big question mark, and there's a lot of companies out there like earning money from this. So that's something, I'm really like keen to see what's going to happen. Could be either like a really good thing or a really bad thing, but time will tell.
And when is it happening?
It happened yesterday.
Okay,
So
so
it's already happened.
Okay, it's out. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what's the good thing that can happen out of this?
I just told you, publishers will earn more money and Google will earn more money.
How can okay? Well, doesn't add up that much because usually when one side is earning more money,
Yeah, exactly.
the other side is not earning that much money. It's actually losing money.
It's
Who's
usually
losing
like
there?
if you see a waterfall, what happens is like you usually had your 3 Admob placements. Let's for example say like $30, $25, and $20, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because of the 3 placement rule, I couldn't put any Google placements on 15, 10, 5, right?
Yep.
So basically that meant that like sometimes the other networks can't always fill, but Google is the biggest ad network, so they always fill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So usually like when I got throttled, like we got so much more money from having more exposure for Admob placements, and it was looking really good. That's why I did it, because it was earning us way more money until Google was like, no, you don't. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay,
If that makes sense.
More placements, more money for you, and more money for Google because they're taking 30% of the cut.
Yeah, look at that. Are you the second best Admon manager on this podcast?
Yeah, obviously.
You've been fired, Remo.
Isn't this about Google losing market share on ad mediation?
Yeah, possibly that as well. I mean,
yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
Of
it could
course,
be.
like
That's the
everybody-
losing part, if I understand correctly. They don't force you to go there, so they're losing the share because they just want to to sell the thing.
I mean, has. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking forward to asking you in a week, Matej. Like, I was thinking, like, the second order magnitude impact on UA campaigns if they really increase their like mobile inventory.
And the Google AdROAS campaigns are all already like fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So if this really helps, then it's gonna be even better.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if you want to
let's
speculate
see
what
how-
happens. I don't know. Like, let's say if you double the amount of impressions, you can actually like show in publisher apps. Like, what would that impact be on UA? Cheaper? I don't know. More
maybe.
inventory?
More inventory. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I will tell you as soon as I have more info on that side as well.
That wraps it up from this
I guess.
ad monetization little corner. And Remo's looking
Admonetization
very
stand
excited.
up.
Yeah, ad monetization stand up.
That's great. Oh, it's good. It's good for us non Admon people. Definitely interesting to hear what's happening in the dark rooms.
Smoky back rooms. Not dark rooms.
Oh, dark. Okay, it's a dark room. It's Admon dark room and
Admon dark room. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Right, that's it. Thank you very much. I won't bore you with any dumb ways to die articles because it was all over the place everywhere. See you next week. Thank you very much. Keep subscribing and sharing the podcast with your industry friends, dogs and cats. And cheers.
Bye.
Yeah.